Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online. Hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are in the world. Now, today is it's about the subject of forgiveness and walking the talk. This has been prompted by something personal to me that's happened recently to my eldest son, where he took a trip to London and was the subject of an unprovoked attack where he got his eye socket broken and his cheek fractured and was hit from out of nowhere for no reason, didn't see it coming, and as a result obviously ended up in hospital, and the protagonist ran away. Now thankfully, he's still having checkups, etc., but so far so good. But that's not why I want to make this video. The reason that I want to make this video is because of that. I thought about how I would have reacted in days gone by when I wasn't as far down the spiritual journey as I am these days. And to be honest, the old me, the mammalian brain would have kicked in, and I would have wanted to exact revenge. That's my baby boy. He may be 40 years old now, but he's still my baby boy. And it hurts when somebody you love is hurt by somebody. Okay, it's a protection thing. It's an instinct. It's animal instinct. You can't help yourself. But this is why I wanted to make this video today, because this whole forgiveness thing, it's easy to talk about forgiving people when you're not actually being challenged by a situation. And the challenges in life are there to test us. They're there as a marker for us to gauge how far along our path to spiritual enlightenment we are. How much of this stuff has actually gone in, rather than we just talk about it on a surface level and don't actually integrate it into our very being. So the point I'm making is that unlike the old me, the younger me that would have looked to exact revenge and would have been fueled with rage and anger, I actually do forgive the protagonist. And I also feel sympathy for him as well. I feel sympathy for him, for where he is in his life, and the fact that for whatever reason he felt he needed to take that course of action towards somebody in an unprovoked fashion, towards somebody he didn't even know. But here's the thing. He has to live with that now for the rest of his days. My son doesn't. My son can let it go. I don't have to. I can let it go. Forgive and move on. Don't hang on to the residual energy attached to the whole situation. Excuse me. Because this is important. The world likes to be balanced. The universe likes to have balance. Yin and yang. You've heard all of that stuff. It applies in every situation. So in other words, fear begets more fear. Hate begets more hate, right? If you put hate out, you're going to have people hating you back. It's a balance thing. Love, though, begets more love. So the thing is to hold thoughts and feelings of hatred and revenge and animosity towards another. Well, where does all of that energy emanate from? It emanates from within you. So it's doing damage to you internally before it ever does any damage to them. And really it doesn't. It just does damage to you. So by letting that go, you're not attracting any more negative stuff to yourself. And by the way, if I get angry and vengeful and all this, it's not going to change anything. My son's still got a broken eye socket and a fractured cheekbone. It doesn't rewind the clock in any way whatsoever. So the facts are still the facts. So you can either internalize it in such a way that it damages you and makes you unhappy and angry and resentful, or you can internalize it in such a way that it actually ends up just being another lesson in life's beautiful journey. And it empowers you to be more, do more, and have more as a person. And hopefully, as a result of that, you become the sort of person that can help other people react to these situations in the same way. I guess the best way to illustrate it would actually be in terms of, I love boxing. I think it's a wonderful sport. I just love it. If you think of a heavy bag in boxing, okay, or pendulum, it's the same operation as a pendulum, right? If you hit a heavy bag, it goes out away from you and it swings back. And the harder you hit the bag, or the harder you push the bag, the harder it comes back at you. Now, there's a lesson to be learned there, because that's the way the universal principles work. It's balance and it's energy. Okay? Whatever energy you expel, an equal opposite force will be applied to bring it back. My point being, if that heavy bag or pendulum, whichever you prefer, represents love, then the harder you push that, the more love you project towards that heavy bag, the faster you swing that bag, the more swings back at you, right? But if it's hatred, vengefulness, fear, resentment, all of the negative emotions, if you push that heavy bag and you focus all your energy on it and you really get that swinging away from you, well, eventually it's going to come back and smack you right in the face. And you've heard people say before, yeah, I feel like life's slapping me in the face. Well, there's a reason for that. It all starts and ends with you. It's cause and effect. So to sum this video up, I want to say that my son is on the mend. He will be fine. Every cloud has a silver lining. There was no brain damage. His eyesight's going to be fine. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But I want to say to you, think about this. If you're in a situation right now where you're being challenged, and the challenge in itself is putting you in a situation where your belief in the spiritual way of life is being challenged also, then I'm going to challenge you again to apply everything you've learned. Remember, the formula is be, do, have, not in any other format, not in any other order. It won't work. Be, do, have. You have to become. You have to walk the talk. It's okay walking around, coming out with wonderful quotations and verse and rhymes about personal and spiritual development and alignment. But if every time you run into a major challenge in life, it all goes by the wayside, then you're not internalizing it. You're not living it. And I'm suggesting that if that's you, don't beat yourself up about it. It's a natural thing. But have some faith. Have some faith. And it will be okay. Internalize it. Live it. Breathe it. Be it. And your life will be much better for it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm kind of sorry I had to make it, but as I say, every cloud has a silver lining. And if through my son's pain and unfortunate situation, an important lesson goes out there and impacts one or two people out there in the world and helps them to deal with their situation, well, some good came of it, and I'm glad about that and thankful for it too. Very, very grateful for that. I'm grateful for the chance to speak to you about it. It helps me to share too. So hope you've enjoyed it. Because it's kind of an emotional subject for me right now, I forgot to ask you if you've enjoyed the video. Like the video, show me some love. I make lots of these things all the time, and I like to know that people are enjoying them. Also, click the bell icon so you get notified each time I do one of these things. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It'd be lovely to see you keep coming back, and we can share some stories, have some laughs, but hopefully do an awful lot of learning together and developing along our path to spiritual and professional alignment and success. So with all of that said, I wish you a great rest of your day wherever you are in the world today, and I'll check in soon. Take care. Bye-bye.